and I might end up redoing it, but this is one thing that I did want to say since we were on the topic of JDM, Jackie 3 names, Jack Della Maddalena, the nicest fighter in the division, the greatest. I don't know, bro. But he's the man, okay? And he's catching a lot of heat right now. After the Hafez fight, Kevin Holland's sparring match, which in my opinion, I thought was a good fight, but he's catching so much heat for no reason. And it's like, you guys need to accept the fact that nobody is going to beat Jack Della Maddalena. He has the skill set where nobody is going to... Like, you have to knock this man unconscious, because if it goes to a decision, he gets screwed. Every single time that happens, there's going to be a valid argument for him winning that fight. There's just not a lot of ways to beat him. He's dealt with Kevin Holland, who's probably the biggest problem striker in the division, okay? Outside of Stephen Wonderboy and probably the champion. And, like, the way that he can just manage distance, find his shots. He didn't land, sure, he didn't get that knockout blow against Kevin Holland, okay? But you can't take this man down. You can't outstrike him. What way are you going to beat him? The only way that he loses or gets in trouble is low IQ decisions. The Hafez fight, he was in control of all of those standing exchanges for the most part, and he decided to just pull guillotine multiple times and then lay on his back for the rest of the rounds, but he was doing the most damage. But I just get really frustrated when people, like, usually I don't really care, I can just scroll through comments fine. Who cares? People can think what they want to think, all right? But his skill set is undeniable. Do not, like, say he's boring, because he's not. Don't say he's overrated, because he is so unbelievably good, all right? And what is Kellen doing? Oh, Kellen, you're just saying this, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah? Well, I'll prove you wrong. For the maybe a few people that'll see this, he's going to hold gold within the next 2 years. I can guarantee that. Nobody is going to be able to take him down consistently. Sure, when he's in his flow state, ripping the body, throwing shots of your dome. Of course, maybe a good grappler could do a crazy blast double and get on his back. But he's not, like, he just has he ticks every box in terms of what you want in a fighter, dude. When he's down on the scorecards, or when he thinks he's down on the scorecards, he's going to push the pace, and every single time, he finds ways to land his shots and sway the pendulum into his favor, okay? He doesn't accept any bad... I mean, sure, he was really tired, but, like, that next round and stuff, he's not ever going to just lay down and die. He just wants to fight. That's all he wants to do, dude. He's a scrapper, bro. And so, I just really needed to get that off my chest, because the main key takeaway, he's never going... I really have a hard time believing that he's ever going to clearly lose a fight. There's just not a lot of outlets for guys to beat him, dude. He just has that kind of skill set where if it goes to a decision, he gets screwed, sure. But is he going to come out of that fight? Like, are we going to really, truly come out of that fight saying, like, oh, yeah, Jack got his ass handed to him that fight? I highly doubt it. That's all I have to say, man. It's just he's a special guy, and he's a breath of fresh air in a UFC in kind of sport right now that is built upon trying to make the most money and just putting on a persona or act. And he's not about that life, which is sick. And you can tell that the other guys get on his nerves a little bit. And he has that fire under his belly, bro. Like, he wants to prove himself every single time, because it does get under his skin. Like, even though he does seem really chill and nice, at the end of the day, that guy locks himself up in an octagon and faces badass men. So, he wants to prove people wrong, and he will. He's going to get his opportunity soon. Can't wait to see him back in the octagon, but I mean, stop with this hate, dude. It's preposterous, man. He is such a good contender, and he makes the welterweight division so much more interesting, because we haven't really seen a striker really have that much success in that division, bro. And let's be real. Leon Edwards, he had a good second fight against Kamaru Usman, but he was 50 seconds away from, like, Kamaru Usman remaining to be champ, Like, that's crazy to me. How many freaking things that we've had that have just all